Hey, so quick heads up, I'll be using footage from the dub for this video because I see it as the better way to watch Toradora. The sub is not bad by any means, but I just like the dub way more. If you prefer the sub, then that's fine, I don't really care. And also, spoilers for Toradora. If you want to watch this show, then yeah, go ahead. It's on Netflix with 25 episodes in English and Japanese, but you already knew that when you clicked on this video, didn't you? Merry Christmas, everyone. This will be one of your 2 Christmas gifts coming from me this year, and if you don't like anime, then that's completely fine because tomorrow is something most likely at least 99% of my audience will enjoy. But this is just something I've been wanting to make because I enjoy it, so please hear what I have to say. Toradora is a very good anime. In fact, not just a good anime, it's honestly just a really good show in general, at least in my opinion. Some of these episodes are some of the most fun times I've ever had watching an anime, and some of the saddest. It is such a good show, and I gave it a 99 on my any list. It still doesn't hold up to my favorite anime of all time though, being Kaguya-sama Love is War. I mean, look at my desktop wallpaper. I'll probably talk about that show in a completely different video, but for now, it's about Toradora. There is one particular episode that most Toradora fans will definitely remember, and the one we will be discussing here. Episode 19. This is arguably one of the best episodes in anime, hands down, and let me tell you why. The episode opens with Ryuji calling Minori. He asked if she could go to the party until being interrupted by Taiga asking for him to open the window and just throwing a huge box at him. Friendship at its finest. Then we're met with a silky love intro, which is just, why did they change it? Bude Baradu was such an iconic OP and still one of the best anime intros I've ever heard. I get animes usually change their intros after like the 12th episode, but still I really wish they stuck with the old intro. Silky Love is still a fine intro, I guess. Taiga and Ryuji are getting ready for the Christmas party. Ryuji's job is to find Minori at the Christmas party and to finally confess his love to her, which is why he called her earlier in the episode. The box that Taiga threw at Ryuji contained a suit that belonged to Taiga's dad. Ryuji is definitely not comfortable wearing his clothing considering what happens in the previous episodes with her dad. Taiga suggests he just cuts out his name off the suit, and that's what he does, while Taiga just stares at him. They arrive at the school for the Christmas party, and Taiga reminds him of his one and only job to accomplish here. Yusaku's on stage, shirtless, thanking everyone for their hard work and for coming to the party. I know they mostly call him Kitamura in this show, but I want to stick with the first name basis on every character in this show. That's it. One thing to note, considering how emotional this show gets in the second half, and especially in this episode, the comedy isn't anything special, but it does get a good exhale out of me, you know? Something about the way this lady delivers her line.
It's my favorite turkey. Actually, it's chicken.
Got a little out of me. The voice acting isn't bad. If anything, she nails the line in the comedic aspect. That's really all I had to say. Moving on. As always, Ryuji is very strict about keeping everything tidy and clean. He's still desperately looking for Minori in the crowd of students, but it doesn't look like she's here. Koji later asks if Ryuji has seen Ami around. She wasn't here much aside from when Ryuji came in. Strangely enough, Taiga's nowhere to be seen as well. While Ryuji's wondering where Taiga is, the lights shut off, and we then hear what is now considered among many as one of the most iconic songs in anime history.
Now it's Christmas, and they're smiling everywhere, and so I'm gifting you this party night. Now it's Christmas, and there's wishes in the air. I swear it upon this holy, holy night.
It's Ami and Taiga.
This song is so catchy. I had it stuck in my head for like a week after my first viewing of this anime back in December of last year. It is a really good song, and that's pretty much all there is to it. It shows that Ami and Taiga, despite beginning as enemies, turned out to be comfortable enough to practice a song and perform it at the school's Christmas party, which is pretty nice to know. During the song, we're given shots of other characters doing their own thing. Minori is still doing anything other than being at the Christmas party. Yuri, the teacher, is doing her real estate shit or whatever the fuck. Ryuji's mom is working at the hostess bar, having a good time, and the random kids getting their teddy bears or whatever. You see, if they had common sense, they would have gotten the Berenstein Bears books. Taiga goes ahead and shoots a wink at Ryuji, and with that, this song concludes. I still really love this song, so I'm gonna let it play in the background just for little old you. We fade back to where I assume is at Minori's place, and she's listening to Ryuji's voicemail that we heard earlier in the episode. It really looks like she doesn't want to go for some reason. I actually know the reason. Everyone else at the party is having a great time and saying lines that can easily be taken out of context.
Sounds like sexual harassment.
Like that. Ami approaches asking for a cup of punch and how Ryuji liked their performance. But nowhere to be seen is Taiga, and Ryuji gets curious and asks about her. Apparently she left to convince Minori to come to the party and to be ready for Santa. After a lecture from Ami, Ryuji makes Yusaku take over the punch station and he goes to look for Taiga. We're shown a flashback of Taiga actually at Minori's house to tell her to come to the party. Minori looks like she knows the reason why though. So do I. Taiga ends up sitting on her chair waiting patiently for Santa.
I guess he doesn't come if I'm only good around Christmas. Oh well. It's not like he's real anyway.
We're then shown to what I think is a short dream sequence of Taiga looking out the window to see Santa at her window, and her quickly waking up to realize the banging is coming from outside her actual bedroom window. She goes in with some defense and opens the curtains to reveal someone in a bear-like suit.
Santa Claus?
No, Taiga, it's his brother Bear. She drags Santa's 260-pound ass into the house somehow, and she shows him the very awesome Christmas tree she has. How wonderful. They share some cute moments up until it is revealed that to nobody's surprise, Santa was Ryuji. He traded his suit for the bear suit at the worst possible time because Minori was apparently heading to the party, but he's worried about leaving Taiga alone, so as any Taiga would do, she forcefully drags him out. Ryuji's ready to get to the party and confesses to Minori, and Taiga strolls right back into her apartment. She notices that he forgot his scarf when they fell down on the floor. She picks it up and unknowingly starts crying, all of a sudden realizing that while Ryuji was trying to help her get with Yusaku, and her trying to help Ryuji get with Minori, she liked Ryuji the whole time. She can't take the thought that Ryuji will end up being with her best friend Minori and runs out as fast as she can to catch up with him. And fails. He's gone, and she has a breakdown on the floor. And guess who catches her? This is quite the predicament. Minori ends up finding Ryuji on the way. She quickly interrupts Ryuji, knowing what he's going to say, and speaks about her conversation with him about UFOs and ghosts from some episode earlier, I don't remember. For those uninformed, when Minori was speaking about ghosts, the ghost referred to love, and she believed that one day she'll be able to find a ghost. Eventually, she doubts that the concept of ghosts exists. At least that's what this post on Reddit told me. She just rejected him. My man has been shot down. He needs a medic. That is the episode. Definitely one of my favorite episodes in all of anime, and one of my favorite shows or anime I've ever seen just in general. The entire show is about just as good as this episode was, so please, please give it a watch.